Been a long time coming. Thank you to our final patrons, Strawbones, Red Bull 4765, and Midnight Gemlord. Now, before we get into this breakdown / live reaction to chapter 199 of Blue Loco, please leave your on the chapter in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, here that little notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below. You can support for as low as $1 monthly, getting exclusive videos, early content, and more. You can now also become a member to the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Now, let's hop into the live reaction. What's up, guys? I got the pencil here, and here we are to do a live reaction to chapter 199 of Blue Loco, which is known as What Do You See? And I see peak on the way, so let's not waste any more time. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I do in fact have it on me. And considering this is peak lock, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's preemptive, but something tells you I'm going to be drawing this bad boy soon. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into the chapter itself. All right. Another deadly defense. Isagi Yoichi shuts down Nagi Sashiro by analyzing their protagonism. That's an interesting... Is that an actual word, protagonism? I think it is. I think I've actually heard that word before. So, hey... Okay, sorry. By analyzing their protagonism, Nagi... That's a mistranslation already, I think. Because Nagi and Sashiro's miracle. It should be Nagi and Reo's, or Reo's and Sashiro's, or something like that. Like, it shouldn't be Nagi and Sashiro's. That implies there are two Nagis. Two for the price of one. There are two series that focus on Nagi going on right now. There's the main series, and then there's Nagi's own side series, but that ain't really two Nagis. But let's see. Miracle was eradicated. Next, the egotist starts his counterattack. Alright. I love, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I love seeing the look of despair in his eyes. He's like, oh no, I may have made a drastic error. Like, bro, all you had to do was think, Nagi. All you had to do was be a little bit active, be a little bit unique, be a little bit special. You already are pretty special, though. Don't get me wrong. You still a GOAT. You still a GOAT. You still top 3, 5, 7. No, I'm kidding. But like, in terms of you thinking, in terms of you regressing your character arc, in terms of you getting lazy, dog. From round start, what did Ego tell you all? He told you the truth. That's what he told you. He told you that it would be impossible to be the #1 striker without a little bit of determination and hard work. So the moment it got hard, you went back to Rayo. You thought it would be easy, thought it would be light. Well, it wasn't. Now you facing a real beast. But enough of that. To be this match's protagonist, the objective I need to focus on is... Drumroll. I'm currently doing a sword roll. Let's see. Obviously, nothing but my own goal. I suppose. I guess that is the way you... all the protagonists of this match. Okay. You know, I gotta do my typical... Gotta open up my Sharingan real quick. Let's see. Oh my, this website is... But... obviously, nothing but my own goal. Okay, Isagi. Okay, talk that talk, Isagi. Talk that talk. Okay, so we got Corona, we got Chigiri, we got Random Dude, and we got Rhea. Alright, so we know Corona's got to be there. Yuki Maya and Kaiser. Alright, but now Kaiser, his protagonism, not Kaiser. He was always in the formula. But Yuki Maya, your idiocy, downloaded. YukiMaya.exe, we got that fresh set right in the brain. We know we are coming. Aiming for the protagonism worked in defense. Now it's time to apply it to offense. In order to break through without getting interfered by Yuki Maya and Kaiser, I have to find... And it's crazy how he has to deal with that, right? Like, and to be fair, Isagi was definitely on that kind of energy for a while now, too. He's definitely been on your goal, our goal. Like, he would definitely steal the ball from you. But now that he has to fight against that, it's interesting. It's good to see the scenario that so often worked in his favor flipped on him. It first happened with Baro, really. Baro was the one that was like, you? Me? Ours. Like, he was the one that said, it's our goal, our ball, my ball. But now they have to deal with it from people who aren't as directly antagonistic as Baro. It's always great to see. Well, Kaiser may be even more antagonistic than Baro, but that's another story for another time. I actually can't wait to see Baro and Kaiser face off. I know the two kingly beings are going to have such amazing interactions. Let's see. On offense, in order to break through without getting interfered, you have to find their protagonist edge. Interesting. I'm very interested to see how the stamina drain is going to work on this one too, because I for one was an advocate that the stamina drain wasn't like bothering Isagi so much on defense because it just takes less energy. Like, you don't constantly have the ball. It's a lot more off the ball movement and just reading and preparing, and versus offensively where he's kind of like constantly passing between Corona and himself, constantly moving at top speed, doing all that. So I'm interested to see how he's like mediated Metavision protagonism for offense. Let's see. The shortest route to the goal. He is stuck out of he's stuck out of luck. He is stuck. The shortest route to the goal. Oh. Then there? That was no good. They'll catch up. No, I won't be able to get... Wow. It's crazy how the field... That's cool, though. It's cool that his amped Metavision allows him to see all the dead routes now. Like, it's not just the beautiful shining light towards the goal, but it's also like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. And it's true. Interesting how someone like Corona is a dead end, though. Like, there's no one here except for Corona. But assumingly Ness would come in and Rayo could cut in, stopping Corona from being truly effective. Obviously, Chigiri's right there, and Chigiri's a speed demon, so you know he all about that. Then we have Grim back here, but Grim's obviously a Kaiser subordinate, so it's highly unlikely he's actually going to work with Isagi, even if Isagi asks him to. Then you obviously have you have Noah and Chris here. So those two, while Noah's going to be an asset, Chris is obviously, he a demon, so you can't really sleep on him. And then Agi and Kaiser being right here. Yeah, this is a real dangerous spot. I don't blame him. And we know Nagi's right behind him, too, so it's not like he can even take the time to, like, redirect course, because Nagi, while being in shock, he definitely will catch up. All right, let's see. The more I look ahead, the less I see my goal, which is crazy to think about. That's wild. And look, you can even see Chigiri. He's like, bruh, we still in the penalty dots, bruh. I'm gonna get you. I love how Chigiri wastes no time. But we got the boy Corona. Okay, so he is gonna be an asset. Boom. No, I'm too far from the goal. You don't say, bro. Have you left the penalty box yet? From here, I'll go with Corona and go forward with the ball. Yeah. That seems like a plan. No, Chris is right there. Kunigami's also... I forgot about... See, the thing is, Kunigami, despite being like a major that's the thing. The Neo Egotist League has 3 rival characters in comparison to the main one that every single one usually has. Like, in terms of, like, I mean, I guess you could say we had a 3, but I wouldn't say in the last match of the second selection, I wouldn't say, oh no, not second selection, first selection, I wouldn't say Rayo or, I mean, maybe you could argue Rayo was a counter to Isagi at that point, but I'd say it was really Nagi versus Isagi. That was a one-on-one. Baro versus Isagi, that was a one-on-one. Naruhaya tried to get in there, but not really. Then obviously all of second selection was just Rin. Rin was just in Isagi's brain set. Sure, he had to work around other people like Baro and stuff like that, and Chigiri, but in terms of like who was on the brain, it was mainly Rin. So now we're faced with a scenario where he has Kunigami, Yuki Maya, and Kaiser, and all of Kaiser's flackies. I try to say but they aren't flukes. But lackeys, like all of Kaiser's lackeys are also they aren't necessarily gunning against Isagi, they're still playing optimally, while Kaiser's like, I will literally break the game. I will make us lose before I let you score. That's what Kaiser is on in terms of energy. But still, Isagi can't really rely on Kaiser's friends, because subordinates, because they'll work for Kaiser. That's as simple as that is. So Isagi really has to deal with 3 different threats on his own team, plus half the team not really working with them, plus the other team. So Isagi, he really is in a tough spot right now. I don't blame him for literally seeing nothing but dead ends. Chris is right there. Kunigami's also looking for a chance. He's going to steal the ball and score. Darn, too many obstacles. Yeah, he's in a rough spot right now. I just need a little more. If this was a little faster, if I could make better passes, or if I could shoot better, I'd expand my vision to a higher dimension. Interesting. I like how he's really acknowledging that his skills, like, sure, he can use his current skill set perfectly with metavision. Like, he has the brain, he has the eyes of the Lord. But in this moment, his own specs are just too low in terms of skills and probably physicality too, if I had to guess. I lack the physical skills needed to realize my vision. This happened previously. Oh, I like that. I like that effect though. I like the white into the blue. Ooh, I like that fade. Ooh, and the more, I swear, the art is just chef's kiss, beautiful. But ironically enough, he actually kind of looks like Shigiri there. That's cool. But with that being the case, this is something that I've seen talked about a lot in the community. Just a general idea that Isagi's too weak. He doesn't have the gains. He's not strong enough. He's not fast enough. He's not bulky enough. He's not girthy. A lot of people think Isagi's girthy enough. But regardless, in terms of like physical skills, a lot of people say, well, Isagi should just train. Isagi should just get his gains up. Isagi should just get in the gym. And I can definitely see that. But realistically, I'd say, look what getting in the gym did for Kunigami. He picks up scraps. Look what getting in the gym did for... That's it. That's all I got. But essentially, I do agree to a degree. Like, I do think Isagi definitely needs some physical amps, and you can definitely see he's even thinking that now. But I do think playing with his lower spec self is what allowed him to get into things like metavision, get into things like protagonism, get into these amps. Because if he was just like a higher level player already, he wouldn't have had the gateway to get to these amps. He would have just been like, whatever, I'll just kick harder, I'll just pass better, I'll do that. Meanwhile, the level of vision he's at now can compensate for that lack of physicality at this moment. I think against future teams, I don't know, I think Barrow's team is going to be a joke, no lie. I mean, the defense is going to be crazy, so that's probably where his defensive skills are going to be stretched in terms of Barrow's team, because I think that team has Nico, Aiku, and long legs Ryu, Jubei. So the defense on that team is going to be nuts, but I think they're only like striker would be Barrow. And Barrow's strong and all, but don't get me wrong, but like Nagi and Shigiri, at least based on alone, even pre their amps, I'd say were more dangerous a combo than Barrow one-on-one ever would be. But the real team where he's going to need to get his physicals up for is the final team, where he has to go up against Rin, Shido, Tokimatsu, Zantetsu. Like, bro, the final team is going to be sad. And they have Loki on that team. So, like, imagine maybe Zentetsu would not, but still, imagine the trio, just the trio. We have a trio of Chigiri, Reo, and Nagi right now. That's already a crazy, insane next level trio. Imagine Shido, Loki, and Rin all at once, all on the same team. Imagine Shido actually got someone to support him, and or he started to work with others. You know bro's gonna be snap. He gonna be crazy. So Isagi, he's gonna need these physical amps to help these psychological amps with the metavision, the protagonism. I can see it clearer than ever before, and learn how to attack. When did he hit this thing before? He hit it, I think, ironically enough, at third selection or end of second selection, where he realized, man, like, my stats are just lacking. Like, bro, I can see it. I see it. It's always been inside of me. The possibilities I never had. I'm sorry, but with that being the case, he saw it there. But what he did to counteract that at the time was that he kind of entered. There's a pseudo mix of flow and thinking reflexively. Like, that was Hiyori telling him, hey, why don't you just move by reflex? And he was like, oh my lord, reflex. And then he managed to use his skills, his existing skills, once again, to cheat the system. Meanwhile, now, he's going to need not just flow, not just protagonism, not just metavision, but he's going to need to physically amp himself in order to properly use all these things to their peak. Ironically enough, this is weird, but if Isagi were to go into the wildcard program now and come out, he'd be the best. I think that's, like, irrefutable, based on what we've seen. What we've seen so far. But if he's already this strong, this viable player with his lesser physical stats, and he already has metavision, an amped version of metavision, a wild card, pros training, Isagi with metavision, it may just go un poco loco, if you ask me. But let's just see. I can see it clearer than ever. Where and how to attack. Help me. What's happening? What is happening? Oh no, I've skipped so many pages. What is this? Get back. Get back. Get back. All right. Sorry. Look, I just had a heart attack. So frustrating. It's not a weapon that's missing. I just need to raise my stats a bit more. A bit more. I mean, I guess that really depends, right? Because when you think about it, if you can do things extremely optimally, like to the perfect point, you can fill in a lot more with limited things. Like if you have, I'm trying to think of a very specific example. Say, this is going to be, I always bring it back to fighting games. I'm that guy with the pencil. I should bring it back to drawing, but I can't necessarily think of like a thing where you reflexively get better at drawing. But like, for fighting games, at least for me, when I first started playing fighters, I had decent enough reaction times. I just didn't know how to play the game. Like, legitimately, when I went and played with my friend, he would always just abuse me. But the only thing I could do was, once I was told how to block, I could block pretty decently. And once I was told how to do a basic combo, I could do a basic combo. What I needed at that point was just better combos. Like, what Isagi needs at this point is just better passing, better speed, better strength. But those basic fundamentals you have, which I guess in Isagi's case right now would be metavision, would be the protagonism amp. He needs the supplement to that. So in my case, I needed combos, and that's why I started beating my friend, versus Isagi needing physicals in order to compete with these other people. So I can definitely see where Isagi's coming from. It's not because he's right. It's not necessarily a weapon that's missing, because he has a decent weapon enough in metavision, but it's just the vessel to attach the weapon to is what's missing. I need to raise my stats a bit more, but as is right now, it's not enough. I'm so weak. And this is, I love it. I love how Isagi's not afraid to be like, man, I'm fodder. Man, I'm booty meat. Like, legitimately, I love that. It's something you don't get out of other protagonists too often. And I love seeing it with Isagi. He's just goated. What can I say? Maybe the best. Nah, I can't say that. I still think Itadori is the best new gen protagonist, but I do think Isagi is the perfect new gen protagonist. And yes, I'm still working on that video. Give me time. I should have trained my body a lot harder. Send him, Ego. Send that boy to Wildcard right now. Get that boy's gains up right this instant. Should have trained my body a lot harder. You're a pain, egoist. So is it egoist or is it egotist? I keep seeing both translations. I'm not sure if it's egoist or egotist. I feel like egoist makes sense. But I've seen egotist so much. Try to break through me, you armchair theorist. Now, calling him an octopus is still a better insult. Armchair theorist? He ain't armchair, and he actually straight up stops you. Language. I can't see my protagonism. I love this art, bro. What is this art? What? No more be snapping, dog. Like, but see, Horikoshi's just different. He's just different. There's something like, it's like a little extra bit, like there's that little extra Salt Bay drizzle with Horikoshi that really gets it. I will 100% still say this. I think I mentioned this in the last review too. In terms of like motion and action and like force behind the panels, Nomura blows Horikoshi out the water. But in terms of just sheer artistic quality, especially based on what Horikoshi be drawing sometimes, like it is just better. Like I can't knock it and say, oh no, it's just Nomura's better. But in terms of like action, Nomura's better. But man, still, like I look at art like this, like the detailing in it, beautiful. Like it's under too much stuff. But even just like a simple drawing of Isagi that I know didn't take too much time, I struggled with that. Nomura's art style is just chef's kiss. I can't see. He can't see. Nani daisuke no. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me, please. Please work with me. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. And I saw where bro's coming from. Bro literally said, all right, let's rotate on this real quick. Let's put a spin on it. Let's go, Yoichi Isagi. I've decided to ally with you. But now, ooh. Is Noah gonna store? I don't think no. Noah seems like he doesn't seem like Chris. If this was, see, this is where Noah is gonna be a better teacher than Chris, because Chris would just take the goal. He's admitted that on multiple occasions. He's like, I will be the hero of this match. I will take the final goal, for I am Chris Prince. deal with it, bro. Meanwhile, Noah, he definitely seems like the kind of guy who, in a situation where he may be able to take the goal, he'd be like, nah, this is more important for the kids. This literally doesn't matter to me. And he'll boot it back to Isagi. So I'm not even scared. I was about to be like, wait a minute, considering how rational Noah is based and considering Isagi's delving into like, it really depends on if you think protagonism is a logical thing to take into account. I think Isagi's proved it has by the way he stopped Nagi and Rayo's combo, where Noah and others couldn't. But maybe, just maybe, Noah may be like, I'm not sure if these movements are optimal, dog. I may have to pass it to Kaiser. That's the thing. He's all about optimization. So if he views something as unoptimal, he may not participate in it. That's the only risk Isagi's facing right now. If he pulls something that is quote-unquote unoptimal, he may be in trouble of losing Noah. But I think Noah's here. I think Noah's about it in terms of what he's going to do here and now. So let's see. I decide to ally with you. Oh, he's got the flames. He's got the heat. He's like, my Sharingan. It's awakening. I hear my brother Itachi in the wind. But let's see. I love his reaction. He's like, what? You? Me? Double team? We jumping him? Like right now? As homies? What? Like, I can't imagine what that would be like. Like, I can't, the weird thing is, right? I view myself more as a YouTuber than an artist because I use my Sharingan for most things. Like, whatever I create originally is mainly avatars. For videos, it's usually just, my Sharingan plus, like, whatever unique aspects I put in terms of my own art style or things I want to add. But, like, who's a big, like, say I was doing a live stream and Broken Ronin came in and said, hey, Leo, let's do it. Like, let's do this together. I think I would have the exact same reaction, like, what? Me? You sure? Like, is this what we're doing? And this is the exact reaction y'all would have, like, what? How to get someone with that many subs to join him? But nah, let's see. Didn't I say I'll ally myself with the most rational person on the field? So Isagi is the most rational. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I guess so. He's proven himself as the most rational though, because Kaiser has proven irrational on multiple occasions. Him showing up and just being like, yeah, I'm gonna get in the way of goals. I'm gonna get in the way of you succeeding. Yeah, that's not rational. Yukimaya, he's obviously proven himself irrational. He ran in, stole the ball from Isagi, and then tried to run and take a shot. Failed entirely. Ended up resulting in a turnover that nearly got them scored on. So that's irrational too. And obviously people like Ness, Grimm. I mean, Kunigami, really, he's just been picking up scraps this game. He hasn't necessarily been playing the most rationally or optimally. He's been in places where it's nice that he was there, but that's once again, it's not active playing. It's more passive playing and lunging in where you can. Meanwhile, Isagi has proven himself to be an active, rational player in this game where he's the one blocking shots. He's the one creating scoring opportunities. He's the one doing all that. So it makes sense where Noah, after all this analysis, has been like, all right, let's do this. You're the most rational. We can work with this. I like that. I like how that thing that Noah talked about is being brought up. Why is Blue Lock so peak? Why is Blue Lock so peak? I'm about to draw this and we ain't even done the chapter yet. Sheesh. I'm sorry, y'all. And once again, just a shock. Like, Noah decided to ally with me? Expand your vision. With me on the field, increase your options. It's crazy how 3 minutes I've not passed yet. Like, how long ago did they join the game? It was after I started these live reactions. I think I'm 11 reactions deep. But still, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy. With me on the field, increase your options, expand your vision. That's an interesting drawing of Noah. Please, almighty creation of metal and flesh, work with me. Please. There we go. Ooh. Look at the field. Look at the field. Look at the field. Look at the field. Look at the light. Okay. But like, okay, so this is Isagi. What is the most optimal path that's drawn out here? I love how there's nothing down the middle of the field. Like, he has to break to the side. I don't think that's a good path. Wait, would it be... I forget which side Shigiri usually breaks down, but I don't think any side where you can let Shigiri just be like, oh, a straight line. So I'm assuming the more convoluted this kind of zigzag path works. Because, sure, it's still kind of breaking down the side, but this is a straight line. Meanwhile, this is going to be more complicated and definitely draining on Isagi. This will be, like, more guaranteed. Because the constant ball movement and the more you can mix up, in pretty much any sport, like basketball, soccer, I'm not sure about football. I don't think, yeah, you can. I mean, you can mix up somewhat, but I'm not sure how much mix up you can do in football. But in terms of, like, I mean, American football, not regular football. But with that being the case, interesting. There's the goalie. All right. You see the boys got options. Thank you. I see them. The route to the goal. Look at the flame. Bros woke it up. It's time. It's amazing. Once again, the processing power of Isagi it's obviously his main trait, but like you gotta realize, bro had all of 2 seconds. Like Rayo was literally on him not 3 seconds ago, and he's like, okay, I've got Noah. I'm gonna input Noah. I see how many routes is this? Like how many routes? Just in general, long routes. 1, 2, 3. He developed 3 major routes on the spot before Rayo could even reach him. Before they even moved past Rayo here. Crazy how fast bro's brain is braining right now. Once again, I love how Noah is very casual about it. He's not, I mean, like, Isagi looks deep. He looks invested. He's sweating. He has the puzzle piece eyes. You know the Metavision amp is going crazy right now. Meanwhile, Noah's like, yeah. I don't know. The aloof nature of Noah really works, especially in comparison to all these extreme characters that we have, especially someone like Prince. Which is why I think Snuffy will have an interesting dynamic just because of how he was described. We have no context for him. But just based on how Snuffy was described, a guy who goes anywhere and fits whatever role he needs to play, I feel like he'll be fun. But like him, I don't know. I think Chris and him will have the most interesting dynamic because they seem the most diametrically opposed. Loki also seemed like a pretty logical, to the point kind of dude. Though he would talk to you a bit more. He'd be like, oh, you know, at this distance, you're full of holes. And then he would blast through you. So I'm interested to see their interactions too. Are they realistic, feasible? And once again, it's just pure mechanical. Is mechanicalism a word? If protagonism is a word, mechanicalism is a word. And if it isn't, it is now. Pencil word. Put it in the dictionary. Word of the day, mechanicalism. But look at how he's like, he got past Rayo, casually trapped the ball, and then sent it right back. And is in the middle of saying, are they realistic, feasible goals? Are these things we can work with, understand with, analyze, do everything with? Like, it's so calm, so precise, so beautiful. I love it. Yes, they are. Anything uncertain? Anything you don't know? Ooh, I like that. Because I remember, once again, it's so good. Blue Lock is so good, dog. Because what did Noah ask him? When Isagi went to him and was like, I need help on these goals. Noah asked him, hey, what do you not know? Can you explain every single step of your day to me? If I give you every last perfect circumstance on the field right now, could you beat me? And Isagi wasn't certain. He had uncertainties. That was the main thing that killed it for Noah. He was like, hey, you got to be able to explain every perfect thing. That's what Kaiser can do. That's what Ness can do. That's what Grimm can do. They can explain it to me. There may be things that they get wrong, but they can explain every single step. What can you not do? Explain every single step. So now he's questioning. He's testing him on this. And let's see what Isagi's response is. If it's yes, I'm drawing the blade. I'm sorry, I just have to. Anything you don't know? None. I drew that blade so quick you could barely even see it. Hold on. Let me hit you with the 2-timer. The chapter ain't even over yet and I'm already drawing the blade. Yeah. This is peak lock. Man. Why couldn't UFO Table get the anime? UFO Table, who's doing Spy Family? Spy Family's doing a great job in terms of the anime. Whoever did Spy Family, Madhouse, like, why couldn't... And, like, I'm not saying the Blue Lock anime is bad. I've not watched most of it. But I don't know, just some of the cuts I see of it. Like, the intro's beautiful. I love the intro. But, like, if we could have that quality animation, bro, I do it would be gorgeous. But regardless, I'm not complaining about an anime I don't even watch. None. But there are multiple routes, and I can't decide which one's the best. Oh, okay, so there's still some uncertainty. Which one? Discard the useless noise. You desire too much. Desire is a product of irrationality. Interesting. Desire is a product of irrationality. Interesting. That's an interesting way to put it. That's an interesting way to put it. Desire is a product of irrationality. I can see that. But I would say, because everyone has desires. Desires are what lets you live. Like, you desire to live. Your body desires to breathe, desires to eat, desires to drink. I think it's not desire is a product of irrationality, but irrationality can be a product of desire. Because your desire to drink may make you drink too much. Your desire to eat may make you overeat. Your desire to breathe may make you overbreathe. I don't think that one's physically possible. But regardless, I think it's flipped. I'm gonna have to disagree with Noah on this one. I think irrationality can be born of desire, because like irrationality, you can't be irrational if you have no desires. You just be nothing. You would just be a moot point. Meanwhile, you can be irrational with your desires. Like, just in general. A lot of the things I do are irrational because of my desires. Not necessarily, I don't necessarily desire because of my irrationality. But we'll see. But he's going to create one solid goal path, I assume? If the page will ever turn. I'm going to click you again. Don't do this. All right. Keep a Yeah, these are new scan leaders. Okay, I can tell. Keep a rational mind. Ooh. Noah's okay. He's had this conversation before. He's had this conversation with. I can see it now. I'm calling it word for word, bar for bar. I'm calling it right here, right now in this chapter 199 live reaction. I'm betting you that this exact scenario happened with Kaiser. Because the kind of freight, and especially when Kaiser unlocked Metavision. Because listen to what Noah says here. Keep a rational mind. You are not a deity. At this moment, if you can only achieve one thing, what would it be? I can see it. Because that explains why Kaiser is so one-track mind. It's so direct, so individual. Ness gives me ball. I shoot ball fast and hard. I score. With Metavision being that. But what is the first thing that Isagi thought when he... Well, ironically enough, Isagi's kind of been called like a god multiple times in the series before. Like, by certain people, like, oh, you have godly vision and stuff like that. But, like, what is the first thing that Isagi thought of when he really unlocked Metavision? He was like, oh, I have the eyes of the Lord. I am a god lording over this field. So, I feel like that kind of egoism or egotism has been brought up before Noah, like in front of Noah, and he's known to, like, okay, in order to make this work, I need to quell it. I need to stop it. Because if it gets too deep, you could create a Kaiser. You could create another Kaiser. And that's where And that's where Yuki Maya's statement comes from. Isagi is not yet absolutely like Kaiser. Sure, his phrasing could have been better when he asked Yuki Maya for help, but still, he's not fully at Kaiser. But when you develop this idea that you are a deity, for what you see always comes true, and you live on that high, that thrill, that repeated serotonin just like that, of course, you're going to get an ego. You're going to get confident, especially if you have a unique ability like Kaiser Impact. It's going to make you view other people as lesser than you. It's going to create that egotistical personality that's beyond regular ego. That's going to make you dangerous to yourself and others. And that's what Noah's seen before, and Kaiser's was trying to stop it, and Isagi, and that's what Yuki Maya brought up before, and gotta love Peacock, bro. Gotta love Peacock. What would it be? I want to dethrone Kaiser. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. And would you look at that? I found a thumbnail. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's your answer. It's showtime, egotist. So it is egotist. So we got both in this chapter. We got egoist and egotist. So maybe they're both constantly just in flux. I'm not sure. With protagonism that Noah gave him, the flow comes rushing in. And now he's together with his hero. The egotist climax, Ayo, is near. It's showtime, egotist. Yes, sir. Being the next chapter, I don't need another. If it wasn't clear by how I've been reacting throughout this bad boy, let me draw it out for you. Let me explain it. Number one, We get the combo of Noah and Isagi. Like, just need I say any more? Like the number one striker with the current number one striker with the future number one striker. A duo beyond comprehension. Love it. Love that. 2, I love Noah being a teacher. Like word for word, bar for bar. When Isagi needed guidance, what did Noah provide him? Clear, cut, and beautiful guidance. He showed him the light. And we got that. We got the light. We appreciate the light. We love the light. It's amazing. Number 3, we get to see Isagi's next steps. Because a big thing that came about with Isagi getting so unbelievably powerful, right? Like, bro went from, we gotta remember, this match has been going on for a while, so you may have forgotten, but bro went from not knowing a meta from a vision to having an evolved version of it over the course of one match. So a big thing that people were worried about is like, well, we still have 2 games left in the Neo Ecosys League. Like, what else is left for Isagi to do? Like, is he just going to keep perfecting that? Are we going to be in an endgame state already in the second match when we have 2 more matches to go? Now, we have a new step for him. 100%, it's been what the community's been talking about for a while. Isagi's going to get some physical amps. He's going to do some more hardcore training. He's going to... And I can even see Kunigami tying into this. I could see Kunigami, him going to Kunigami and being like, hey, I can tell you've given up on the whole hero thing. But if that's the case, I need you to train me as a man to man. Let's do this. Let's get the gains up. That's the only way I can succeed. And you obviously have new gains. You've always been the gain man, so teach me how to get some gains. That's a way you can bring Kunigami back into the fold on a positive end. I like that too. But also just addresses the thing that's been in the community for a while, and he gives the next step for Isagi. So when this game ends, we still have another path for him to go down, more things for him to learn. And he's going to be facing physical beasts. Like, I wouldn't say Rin they're known for their physicality, but not necessarily their physicals. Meanwhile, Baro is very specifically known for his physicals. Tokimatsu is also known for his physicals, but in terms of like header characters, I wouldn't say Tokimatsu is a header character. Baro is. So he's going to be facing someone with strong physicals next game anyway, so that'd be a great game for him to train his physicals. And then the final game will probably him mixing it all together in a nice big juicy pot. So I like that. And also the art's just peaked. Like, I'm sorry. I think I've explained why the chapter is indeed worthy. However, that's what I think. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You see the notification bell so you miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Zach on the Pencil, writing off.